If you have been trying to build your first GoHighLevel SaaS agency and you've been struggling to bring on clients because you want to have that recurring income, that income on the side, pretty automated, automatic payments, and you want the easy fulfillment, but you've been struggling to get those clients, this video will fix everything in the next few minutes. Now, most people who want to build a GoHighLevel SaaS agency take months and months to ramp up. They burn cash on ads, they chase clients, they try free trials, they fight for attention, and still nothing is ever really predictable, right? But like I said, I'm going to show you how to fix everything. What if I told you there's a way to skip the struggle, a way to flip the switch on demand and bring in paying clients in a matter of days, right? Not using any free trials at all, and definitely not throwing money at the wall. Look, this isn't a theory. It's not a hack. This is something that is actually proven. It's copywriting at its highest level, and it's a bit of the dark arts of persuasion, right? This is stuff that we use and we've used for a long time. In fact, using this exact structure, we did take a brand new GoHighLevel SaaS agency into a fresh market with no leads, no case studies, no authority whatsoever, nothing, no skills, nothing. And we hit $10,000 in monthly recurring revenue in just 14 days. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what we did, how we brought those clients in, and how we positioned it to get those sales. By the time you finish this video, you'll have a copy of a framework so powerful, it's going to make your cold traffic convert like they've been waiting for you all along. It's that powerful. Now, the reality is we have to meet the prospect where they are right now. It's so important, right? Extremely important. If you want to create sales pages, cold emails, ad campaigns that actually convert at a crazy high rate, and not just convert, right? If you want them to truly convert at a ridiculously high rate, you have to meet your prospect where they are right now. And I don't mean physically, right? This is where most marketing fails. And you've probably heard me say this before if you've watched any of my videos. We're never selling the service, ever, at any point. I don't showcase features, I don't talk about benefits, because here's the truth, right? The prospect doesn't care. Nobody cares about your features and benefits. Not yet. Before anything else, they have to see themselves in the story. They have to see how it works in their world. Not in our words, not the way we see it, not the benefits that we see, but actually in their own world. The things that are important to them. And this is where everybody gets wrong. They have to feel the problem. Not just intellectually, but viscerally. And that's where most people miss the mark. So the first step in doing this, meeting the prospect where they are. So your prospect at the moment, at this point in time, when they're looking at sales pages, when they're just being propositioned through cold email or whatever method you want to use, they're not ready to buy. They're curious. They're asking what's possible, what's working right now, how do other people like me get results? So if your sales page or video sales letter or your email jumps straight to let's book a call, do you want to work with us, here's our service, it's not going to work. It's never going to work. You might have spent hours and hours and hours building this out, but if it says that, it just won't work. They won't book in, they're not going to engage, they won't convert, no one's going to take it. They might take a free trial, but they're not going to convert because you skipped a step. The dark art of persuasion is simple. You show them what's possible first. And if it doesn't feel tangible, if it doesn't feel real and inevitable, they won't take action. Think about when you go into a clothes shop, right? And you want to buy a t-shirt. How much easier is it for you to go into that clothes shop, to feel the t-shirt, look at the fabric, feel the quality? Do you like the color? Is it the color you were expecting? How does it fit? Does it fit nice? Much easier to buy that, right? Because you've got it in your hands. So much easier to just go to the checkout, buy the shirt, move on. Switch that to the online environment. What are you looking at? You're looking at reviews. You're looking at shipping times. You're wondering, do I really need this? Do I really have to buy this? And you're also thinking, well, what if it isn't the quality that I'm looking for, right? What if I don't like the color of it? Is that color true? Is that color what I'm actually looking for? How is it going to fit? I've got no idea. What's the return policy in case I have to send it back? There are so many additional decisions they have to make because they can't feel it. It's not tangible at this point in time. So the reality is, the way we do this in the online world is to make it tangible. We have to show them, we can't tell them, we have to show them how this works. A picture tells 1,000 words. We live in an era of Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, all short form content. I mean, an Instagram Reel, that's what, 90 seconds max. Then you've got YouTube Shorts, which was up to maybe a few months ago, max 60 seconds. I think it's like 3 minutes now. People are used to consuming content really, really quickly. They make their decisions in seconds. So when you describe your offer in words, instead of showing it visually, you're fighting against the human psychology. You're not giving them what they need. You're really causing issues. So here's how we fix that. I'm going to flip tabs here. Here's how we fix that. I'll move myself here. Now, have a look at this layout, right? This isn't what I'm actually going to be showing you. This is an example because I want to really help you digest what this actually means. Have a look at this image. Notice how this layout allows your brain to process it instantly without moving your eyes too much. You can see everything on that screen in one image. It's not having to scroll between different things. It's not having to look down the page. It's all in one place. Very little text, mostly images, and your eyes are drawn towards the blue images, not the text. The text is surrounding. Your eyes are drawn to that blue image. And you see it's a process map. This is a full process, but instead of forcing the brain to read paragraphs, I'm going to bring it to life visually. Compare that to a heavy text explanation. One feels heavy, complex, overwhelming. They've got to learn skills. They've got to really understand things and digest it and take time reading the content. One feels light, it feels effortless, it feels immediately understandable. So they consume it, they understand it, they feel confident because they can understand it quickly. Information leads to decisions. So the faster we can get them to truly understand and digest the information, the faster they're going to make that decision, right? It's common sense. This alone can double your conversions. Just demonstrating a process tangibly in a format like this can double your conversions. So this is probably one of the most important concepts you're going to come across when it comes to your marketing and actually making sales and making that customer bought into your process. So important. Now I'm going to hop into the slide deck that we use for our VSL and also on calls. This is the slide deck that we used to actually convert the 10K in 14 days. This converts like crazy, and it's because of a few key elements. First of all, we've got the tangible effect. Right, I'll just move myself again for you. We've got a tangible effect. I don't waste any time here. I build intrigue and I give them the what is it instantly. I've got basically the left side of this, including this one line here, the left side is my favorite part of this altogether. Reactivating your database, powerful follow-up, a consistent flow of leads, lead qualification, automated appointment setting, consistency and predictability. Very simple, it's very digestible, short sentence, not even a sentence, right? Just a couple of words, all very, very short. So it's digestible. They can instantly see at a glance what this is. Now, I'd also include the 500 exclusive leads each month. I would probably remove, if I had to optimize this further, on reflection, I would actually remove the rest of this and I would include the 500 leads here down the bottom, and then that's it. That's all I would have because it's digestible. It's simple. It's easy for them to understand. It's a simplified thesis. Consistent flow of leads. They know they need that. A powerful follow-up system. They know they need that. Lead qualification, appointment booking, all things they want, and putting their biggest struggles, their biggest problems front and center. Then I move on to actually understanding their problems. Now, they've got a million problems. This was in the insurance industry. So they've got a million problems and we just researched them essentially. We researched what their problems were, but we picked the 3 core problems that our solution solves. So, for example, in this one, there's a significant amount of dead leads that are not actually dead, which sits stagnant on spreadsheets. Think about where database reactivation comes in to solve that problem. So I'm pushing the pain on this problem. The cost to generate new leads can be prohibitive, from monthly retainer fees to advertising spend. Makes having a consistent flow of leads unsustainable. So again, I'm creating a problem. I'm creating the gap, the lack, right, between where they want to be in 2025. I'm creating the gap and what stands in their way from actually achieving that. And then when the leads do come in, if you don't close them in within the first few weeks, they're left to stagnate, they're swept up by another agent. So think about what I'm doing here, right? Fear of missing out, who is in the right place at the right time. What I'm doing with this language, a bit of a dark arts of copywriting here, is I'm simplifying the whole process. I'm not saying they've got to take the calls exactly when they come in. I'm not saying they've got to go chase leads or try different strategies and implement complex retargeting or anything like this. All I'm saying here is that they have to be in the right place at the right time. Simple as that. That is it. Be in the right place at the right time. So I'm creating the fear of missing out. I'm ensuring it's simplified for them. And I'm also making sure that they see the gravitas, I suppose, of the problems that they're facing, right? I'm creating the problem, which of course our solution can solve. That's the idea. Then I'm building the dream here. So I'm forecasting the dream of what they're looking for. They want automatic follow-up processes that nurture the leads that can stop the bleeding. So again, I'm bringing this to life with visualization. It also means that any new leads that come through are extremely efficient. They're never wasted. We can ensure you're always in the right place at the right time. So again, very important. I'm putting them in that position. So I said they had to be in the right place at the right time, or they lose the leads to competitors. And now I'm saying we can put you in the right place at the right time. Simple problem, simple solution. Very easy for them to visualize here. Making sure I'm adding that fear of missing out. So rather than another agent striking it lucky. So we've all seen it, right? If you know you have a competitor and you put that feeling in your mind of losing a lead that should be yours, that maybe you've paid for, maybe you've worked, maybe you've had a call for or with, and someone else comes along and has the same call with that prospect, and you lose that prospect, it hurts. It hurts so much. Everybody has that feeling, right? We're not alone in that feeling. Everybody has that feeling. So we're going to use it. We're going to use the psychology that creates. They don't want to miss it out to their competitor because that should be their lead. That's their money. We make sure they have it. So then I present the system visually. Now this is very simple. I'm bringing it all to life. I don't describe it. You see there's not a lot of words on this system. I've got our existing leads. And I'll describe this on the VSL or I'll describe it on the call, depending on where I'm doing this. So I've got our existing leads, very simple term to understand for the insurance agent. We've got the database reactivation sequence that, and notice how I started. Where does the eye lead to when you're reading a page? It goes to the left side first, right? So we're looking at existing leads first. We're looking at database reactivation, which reactivates the dead leads. And we can basically put ourselves in the hero position with this, which is, look, a lot of marketing agents, a lot of these agents, these insurance agents have worked with a marketing agency before who have sent them leads, and they've got big leads of spreadsheets or spreadsheets of leads. And they also have cold calling databases. They just have tons and tons of leads. They've purchased leads before. They've got spreadsheets of leads, and we can reactivate them. We can, all the money they've invested previously buying leads that aren't very good or didn't go anywhere, or marketing agency leads, we can actually take that and make up for the previous loss. So we have the hero complex a little bit there, right? We can make up for the previous work that they've struggled with. We'll fix the problem. Then, if the system, the reactivation sequence works, great. They book a phone call, very easy, tangible benefit there, right? Simple. If not, they go into the value-based nurture sequence. They can book a call here as well, immediately books a call. If not, they go into the long tail follow-up sequence and they can book a call here once again. And if not, they go back into the reactivation sequence. Then we hop over to the 500 new leads per month as an addition on top. So they're already excited at this point, and you're going to see how this connects as we progress into the video. It becomes pretty cool what we do here. So we've got the existing leads. Then we move on to the new leads, the fresh leads every single month. So again, they can immediately book in a call. If not, they go through a new leads nurture system. They can book in a call immediately. If not, they go into the value-based sequence. They can book a call in immediately. If not, the long tail, book a call. If not, reactivation sequence where they can book a call. It all leads to that outcome that they want. We simplify the whole process and it all leads to the outcome they want. So I'm making this tangible, right? They can almost feel and touch this system. And that's the secret. If they can touch it, they can realize it, they understand how it works, it becomes much more realistic, much more tangible for them. And it's exciting for them too, right? They can see it, it's right there. It's like buying that t-shirt in the shop. They can understand it, they see it. Then I take them into the numbers, right? I bring this to life even further by putting it into their world. So I've got 500 new leads every month, 10 immediate appointments per week on the low end, 3 rollover appointments. Notice how I don't put these numbers together. It's not 13 appointments, it's 10 plus 3 extra ones every week. Because if we don't point it out to someone, they will not take notice of it. So we have to directly point this out to our prospects. And then what's the number one thing they think in their mind when they see a process like this? That sounds great, that's exciting, but what's it going to cost me? I'm afraid of that. So then we hit them with the juggernaut here, right? Nothing spent on advertising. So I'm stripping the objection away. Stripping that objection, that fear, that belief that it's not possible for them. I'm taking that away. I'm making what might seem impossible actually possible. And that's the secret. Then I'm going to remove some psychological barriers here. The question is always, is this going to work for me? Does this work for me? So most people don't take action because they don't believe in themselves. Does this work for my market? In the insurance space, it was final expense, mortgage insurance, enterprise level, selling to companies and things for group plans. Does this work for my products? Does this work for my markets? Can I adjust the targeting based on my ideal market, local, nationwide, both? So, and can I use multiple products? Because they often use multiple products. So we take those common objections, those common questions, the common things that come up in their brain when they think of launching a marketing system, and I strip those objections away. So I'm making what might seem impossible, once again, possible. I'm getting them closer and closer to, I can do this, right? I build the confidence. I make it feel effortless. I remove any need for skill. I essentially give them the philosophy that we can fix everything. And by saying I can fix everything, it means that everything else they've tried before was broken because of these concepts. Maybe it didn't fit the product. Maybe they couldn't use multiple products. Maybe it didn't nurture leads. All of these concepts, it suggests that it's broken and we can fix it. So again, we're becoming the heroes to some extent. This is powerful. So I've removed the need for any skill because we take care of everything. I'm removing the need for any skill. I'm making it very accessible for them. I position it as plug and play. Then I'm going to take them through the numbers once again, where we've got 90% of people will read a text message. 70% plus of appointments will show. Now, I'm not just saying the appointments will show at 70% because they might think, well, how do you know that? How's that going to work? With stealth voicemails. So I'm giving them a reason as to why that would be the case. Unlimited product and campaigns, and increasing the average booking rate from 5 to 10%. So I'm not saying we can double your booking rate. What I'm saying, because that can become too exaggerated, it can seem exaggerated. We can double your booking rate, right? It sounds hyperbolic or too much, which is just a fancy way of saying it's too much. All I'm saying is we move it from 5 to 10%. That becomes understandable. That becomes realistic. That becomes digestible. It's the same thing, but I'm saying it based on what will appear possible. Again, not impossible, but actually possible. And that's how you're going to close clients, by making them believe and feel that it's possible. Then I'm going to move on to the CRM just a little bit. I don't dive into this too much. I just, again, want to give them a visual. If they're thinking they've got a system being built, they want to see something. I don't want to do demos because demos raise questions. Demos put them in a position where they're just exploring something. I'm solving problems here, so I'm going to give them a visual of the software. I'm going to show them what it looks like, but I'm not going to demo features. Absolutely not, because I'm not in a position of just letting them explore things. I'm here for the close. So we're going to make sure we keep them on the path of solving their problems, but also giving them that tangible effect, making them feel secure and safe, because we give them that tangible effect, right? That's the secret. Then I give them one more very simple image of the process. That is so easy to digest. That 4-step process, 1, 2, 3, 4. Reactivate the database, power dialer, 500 new prospects, follow up. All makes complete sense. Now think back to when you've seen different systems or you've seen images before combined with what someone's saying. You don't necessarily remember what was said or the text. You remember the image, right? You remember what you saw on the screen. So everybody else does that too. So instead of giving them the information, I put it into a diagram. I let them feel it. And they think, I completely understand this. I've got the CRM system. I just saw the tangibility of the product. This is the system. So simple, so clear. No confusion. Remember, decisions are based on information. So all of a sudden, I'm taking all the complexity away from it. I'm taking all the fear, the uncertainty, the unknown, and I'm giving it in a very simple format. And that's the beauty of it. And finally, in terms of this component, I'm taking them through, again, another little visual of the process. But what you're going to see here is I'm taking away another problem. You don't have to juggle 10 different softwares. This part is just a bit of a lead on to this last sentence. This last sentence is what's very important. You don't have to juggle 10 different softwares. So I'm solving the problem once again. Now, as I progress, I lead them on to our thesis, right? And this becomes a very powerful slide. And there's a couple of things I want you to notice about this. First of all, you've got 4 lines here, and 3 of them are in white, clear. One of them is a bit more transparent and grey. There's a reason for this. You have an existing database of 500 leads. We're going to send those leads through database reactivation sequences. Again, I'm not just saying this, I'm giving them a visual. Then you receive you've got an average commission rate of $800 and you close at 35%. If 70% show up to calls, that's 17 calls. At 35% close rate, that's 6 sales. And with a commission rate of $800, that's $4,800 from nothing. The process continues with our nurture sequences. Booking just 2%, removing the initial 25 calls, that leaves 475 prospects from the 500 leads. This provides 10 phone calls and 2 more deals, generating $1,600, again from nothing. So that's a total of what? $6,400, run about there, from nothing, right? Now, what did I say over here? Existing database. We're providing fresh leads as well. I've put this in grey so that I can give them that wow factor, right? If this is just getting started, and look at the money, $6,400, that's possible. And we're not even started yet. We've not even started our true work, which is the new lead flow on top of that. So we hit them with that. They're excited at this the idea of this. They're excited there. And then I hit them with that wow moment, that wow factor of we haven't even started yet. And that produces an extra $1,600 per week based on our conversion rates. Think about what I'm doing here, right? I'm just playing with the psychology. I'm drawing their attention. Then I'm hitting them with the juggernaut right here. That's what gets the close. Then I bring them onto the numbers. Now this is where it gets really interesting. Where do your eyes go immediately on this page? Most people, it goes here. And you've got the pre-lead flow revenue, $4,800. You've got the additional revenue of $1,600 and the weekly lead revenue of $1,600. So I'm training the brain on $4,800, $1,600, $1,600. These are the numbers I'm training their brain and their mindset on. Then I'm totaling it all together at $12,800. And down the bottom here, what I'm saying is these numbers, they might think that's great, but what if it doesn't work for me? Again, I'm going to strip away the objection. These numbers are below benchmark. This is an example of it not working. Imagine what happens when it does work, right? Imagine the power of this system. So I'm training their eye and their mind and their brain on these numbers, 48, 16, 16, 12,800. If I was optimizing it again, I would make this weekly lead revenue a bit stand out a bit more because it doesn't do it justice, right? You just think 1,600 when in reality, over the course of a month, that's 1,600 times 4. So I'm not really doing it justice here. I would make that bigger going forwards, but I bring their attention here, train their mind on these numbers, then I train their mind on this big 12,800 number, then I drop the price. All of a sudden, when your mind is trained on those prices, this number, 997, seems tiny, seems so much smaller. Then I'm going to put my initial term in 3 months, no ad spend because I'm removing the objection, and then I'm waiving the $2,000 setup fee. Fantastic deal, right? Then I'm putting it into reality, so I'm taking the objection away as well. And this is especially if we're doing it on a VSL format. I'm removing the objections. Reality is if you close one single deal from either the 500 leads we send every month or one single deal from our follow-up systems, you're going to be profitable. That's one single deal during the entire month. You could probably, I'm going to put it into context here, you could probably do that and take the remainder of the month off. The return on investment with your system is extremely high. So I'm putting this tiny price into context here. That's the beauty of it, so I can put it into context. And then what I do is I give them a little digestible, easily digestible visual of what they're actually getting, so they know, okay, it's tangible, I've seen the system, I've seen what it's all about, I understand that those images, those diagrams are sticking in my mind, and now I see the description here, I've got the price point here, I've got the context, the deal closes. That's how it works. At this point, their mental price anchor is already in the thousands. So when I show them that it's below 1K per month, it no longer feels like a cost. I've put it into context. It feels like a no-brainer investment. They can book a call or they directly buy. And that is how we took a GoHighLevel SaaS agency to $10,000 in monthly recurring revenue in 14 days with no previous leads, no case studies, brand new market. And it's the framework as well. When you think about your marketing, this isn't just for this. When you think about your marketing, this is what I want you to think of. All these psychological triggers we're putting in there, all these contextual things, all these concepts, cold emails, sales pages, video sales letters, ads, everything. Use these frameworks. You can do this too, it's possible. Any questions on this, drop them below in the comments. I'm happy to answer whatever you need. But let's get to work. And if you like this type of content, make sure you like the video and you subscribe. It really helps me understand the type of content that you like and you want more of. I've got tons of ideas, so you just have to let me know what you need. I'll see you on the other side.